All right, so we're diving into something pretty crucial today, prepping for a radiation protection officer interview.
Yeah, these interviews, they can be a real make or break moment.
For sure. High stakes.
Yeah.
Especially given, the whole protecting people from radiation hazards thing.
Exactly. It's a big responsibility, and
Yeah.
they want to make sure you're up to the task.
Right. And we got all these role catcher resources, career guides, interview guides.
Yeah, a whole stack of them. They're really good.
So our mission here is to really dissect those
Uh,
and give people that, unfair advantage.
Love that unfair advantage.
I'm just
I'm all about it.
by, breaking down common questions and how to really impress during those interviews.
Yeah, because it's not just about knowing the answers, it's about how you present yourself, how you connect with the interviewers.
Exactly. So first up, a question that pops up all the time.
Mm.
What inspired you to pursue this career?
The classic origin story.
Right. But it can be tricky. How do you make it stand out?
Well, you got to be genuine. Think back to what really sparked your interest. Was it a specific event, a class, maybe even a sci-fi movie that got you hooked on the whole radiation thing?
I mean, I wouldn't recommend mentioning a sci-fi movie unless it's really relevant.
True, true. But the point is to find that authentic connection and then weave in relevant experiences. Show them it wasn't just a passing fancy.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can be super helpful, right? Tailoring your answer to the company.
Oh, absolutely. So let's say the company emphasizes research in their job description. The AI might suggest highlighting any research projects you've done, even from school, to show that passion.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've shared your inspiring story, and then the interviewer follows up. They're like, that's fascinating. Can you tell me about a specific project or experience that solidified your interest?
This is where you bring in the big guns. Choose a project that really aligns with the job description and highlights the key skills they're looking for, like risk assessment, compliance training. Those are all biggies mentioned in the career guide.
Don't just list what you did, though,
No,
right?
no. It's all about the impact you made. What problems did you solve? What positive outcomes did you achieve? Quantify it whenever possible.
So instead of just saying, I conducted radiation safety audits, you could say something like,
In my previous role, I identified a potential radiation hazard during an audit. I then implemented corrective actions, which resulted in a 20% reduction in employee exposure.
see, that's way more impactful. You're showing them you not only know your stuff, but you actually make things better.
Exactly. You're a problem solver, not just a box checker.
All right, next question. This one's a classic. What experience do you have in radiation protection?
Okay, this one's all about showcasing your expertise. But again, don't just list previous jobs. Pick experiences that align with what this company is looking for.
And RoleCatcher's AI can help with that too.
Big time. It analyzes the job description, pulls out those keywords, and bam, you know exactly what skills to emphasize.
So instead of, I worked as a radiation technician, it's more like,
As a radiation technician, I developed and delivered safety training programs for over 100 employees. This involved conducting needs assessments, designing custom materials, and evaluating program effectiveness.
nice. Giving context, highlighting specifics. Much better.
And think about potential follow-up questions here. They might ask, what were some challenges you faced developing those programs, and how did you overcome them? Be ready to show your problem-solving skills.
So preparation is key. All right, let's talk about staying current in the field, because things change fast.
Oh, yeah, always evolving.
So the interviewer might ask, how do you stay updated on the latest developments in radiation protection?
This is where you show your commitment to continuous learning. Mention professional journals, conferences, online resources, even reputable social media groups if they're relevant.
But don't just name drop those resources, right?
Nope. Show how you actively engage with them. Like, you can mention a recent article you read that changed how you approach safety protocols, or a conference presentation that sparked a new idea.
Well, I bet they love it when you connect it back to the company, right? Like, this new technology I learned about could be implemented here to improve your efficiency by X%.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Show them you're not just passively absorbing information, you're thinking critically about how to apply it in their specific context.
All right, so we've covered the why behind your career choice, your experience, and how you stay up to date. Next, we'll dive into some questions that really test your knowledge and how you handle specific situations, almost like mini case studies.
Oh, yeah, those are fun. Get ready to think on your feet.
And the RoleCatcher Interview Guide is a goldmine for this. It provides sample scenarios and walks you through how to approach them, like what factors to consider and how to really showcase your decision-making process.
For example, they might ask how you'd handle a potential employee radiation exposure. The guide breaks down the appropriate actions, but it also emphasizes the importance of clear communication, documentation, following protocols. The whole 9 yards.
It's like you said earlier, it's not just about knowing the steps. It's about showing your ability to assess the situation, prioritize safety, and take action even under pressure.
Exactly. And this is where practicing with RoleCatcher's AI can be a game changer. You can actually record your responses and get feedback on your delivery and content. It's like having a personal coach helping you refine your approach.
That's awesome. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here, but it's not all about technical skills and knowledge. There are some key personal qualities that are super important in this field, and we'll dive into those in the next part of our deep dive.
Can't wait to unpack that. It's
Yeah.
one thing to know the science, but it's another to truly embody what it means to be a radiation protection officer.
So stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back after a quick to delve into those essential personal qualities and how to really make them shine during your interview.
It's going to be good.
See you soon.
All right, so we're back and ready to dive into those personal qualities that can really make or break a radiation protection officer.
Yeah, because it's one thing to have the technical know-how, but it's another to actually, embody the role.
Totally. Like, you can know all the regulations and procedures, but if you don't have certain qualities, you're not going to be as effective.
So what are some of those essential personal qualities that hiring managers are looking for?
Well, first and foremost, integrity. That's huge. You're dealing with potentially hazardous materials, people's health and safety.
Right. There's no room for cutting corners or, being careless.
Exactly.
Right.
It's about doing the right thing even when no one's watching. And closely tied to that is responsibility. You got to be someone who takes ownership of their actions and is accountable for the safety of others.
Makes sense. And I imagine communication skills are also pretty crucial in this role.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to be interacting with all sorts of people, scientists, engineers, technicians, even the general public sometimes.
Yeah, you got to be able to explain complex stuff in a way that everyone understands.
Exactly. It's about building trust and rapport, making sure everyone's on the same page when it comes to safety.
So how do you showcase these qualities during an interview? It's not like they're going to ask, are you an honest person?
True. But you can demonstrate them through your answers and the examples you share. Like when discussing your experience, highlight a time you had to make a tough decision to ensure safety, even if it meant delaying a project or, challenging someone higher up.
Oh, that's a good one. Shows you're willing to stand up for what's right.
Exactly. And it proves you're not just talking the talk, you're walking the walk.
What about problem-solving skills? Those seem pretty important in a field where unexpected things can happen.
Oh, they're essential. Every situation is unique, and you'll constantly be faced with new challenges. They want to see that you can think critically, assess risks, and come up with effective solutions.
So if they ask something like, describe a time you faced a challenging situation involving radiation safety, you got to be ready to walk them through your thought process.
Yep, the steps you took, the outcome. And it's not just about finding the right answer. It's about showing your ability to analyze, think things through, and make sound decisions based on the info you have.
Okay, and what about staying calm under pressure? That seems like a must-have in a field where emergencies can pop up.
Absolutely. You got to be level-headed and decisive in those high-stress situations. They might ask behavioral questions like, tell me about a time you had to handle a crisis.
And it's not just about what you did, but how you did it right. Did you stay calm, communicate, effectively take charge?
Bingo. Those are the details that can really set you apart. And here's a pro tip. Think about those hypothetical scenarios we discussed earlier, but focus on how you'd manage your emotions in those situations. RoleCatcher's AI can actually give you feedback on your body language and tone of voice, so you can project that calm and collected vibe.
Wow, that's super helpful. Okay, let's switch gears a bit and talk about career paths. The RoleCatcher Career Guide shows how you can advance from entry level to more senior roles like Principal Radiation Protection Officer. What are some key skills that are valuable at different stages?
Well, early on, it's all about building that solid foundation. Radiation protection principles, regulations, practical skills like surveys and monitoring equipment.
So internships, entry-level positions, those are key for getting that hands-on experience.
For sure. Then as you move up, leadership, communication, and problem solving become even more crucial. You'll be mentoring others, collaborating with different teams, making decisions that impact the whole organization.
And what about some less obvious ways to gain experience and stand out?
Get involved in professional organizations like the Health Physics Society. Attend conferences, present research, volunteer for radiation safety initiatives. Things like that show you're passionate and committed.
Oh, and publications, even at a local level.
Yes. It all adds up. And don't underestimate the power of networking. Connect with other professionals, go to industry events, find mentors who can guide you.
Great advice. Networking can open so many doors. Okay, now let's talk about how RoleCatcher's AI can be your secret weapon when it comes to resumes and cover letters.
Oh, this is where it gets really exciting. The AI analyzes job descriptions, finds those missing skills, and suggests ways to incorporate them into your application.
So it's like having a personal career advisor who knows exactly what hiring managers are looking for.
Pretty much.
Yep.
You upload your resume and the job description, and bam, the AI does its magic. It identifies keywords, analyzes the required skills, and gives you tailored recommendations. No more guesswork.
So you're not just randomly throwing keywords in there, you're strategically crafting your application to match the specific role.
Exactly. Makes you stand out from the competition. And the best part is it's constantly learning and evolving, so you're always getting the most up-to-date advice.
That's awesome. Okay, so as we wrap up this part of our deep dive on prepping for a radiation protection officer interview, what are some key takeaways for our listeners?
Preparation is key. Research the company, know their needs, practice your answers, and don't forget those personal qualities: integrity, responsibility, communication, problem solving, staying calm under pressure. Those are all essential.
And RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon, helping you tailor your application, practice your responses, and just overall crush that interview.
Totally. With the right prep and mindset, you'll be well on your way to landing that dream job.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground, but there's one more piece of the puzzle we want to explore, and that's how to truly excel as a radiation protection officer. Not just meet the basic requirements, but go above and beyond.
Yeah, like what separates the good from the great.
Exactly. So stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll unpack those secrets to becoming a true leader in radiation protection. So it sounds like being a radiation protection officer, it's not just about the science, it's about people too.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a very people-centric role.
Right, like you were saying before, it's about
Yeah.
building trust, communicating clearly.
Exactly. You need those skills to really create a culture of safety.
So that brings us to like a really key question. What does it take to be a true leader in this field?
That's a good one. I think it goes beyond just, enforcing rules and regulations.
Okay, so it's not about being the safety police.
Right. It's more about fostering a sense of shared responsibility.
Like everyone's accountable for safety, not just the radiation protection officer.
Exactly. You want to create an environment where people feel comfortable speaking up, reporting concerns, contributing to a safer workplace.
So leading by example is important too, I bet.
Oh, absolutely. If you're not taking safety seriously, why should anyone else?
Right, it's about walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Exactly. And when you demonstrate that commitment, it sets the tone for the whole organization.
It becomes part of the culture.
Exactly. Safety becomes a shared value, something everyone strives for.
So if you're prepping for that interview, think about how you can showcase those leadership qualities.
Yeah, show them you're not just qualified, but that you can actually inspire a team to embrace safety.
It's about more than just checking boxes. It's about making a real difference.
And remember, preparation is still key. Research the company, understand their challenges. Think about how your leadership style can address those needs.
Be ready to share examples of how you've led safety initiatives in the past.
Yeah.
Times when you've motivated others to prioritize safety.
And don't be afraid to let your personality shine through. Enthusiasm is contagious.
Right. They want to see that you're passionate about this work, that you genuinely care about protecting people and the environment.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's about connecting with the interviewers, showing them you're not just a candidate, you're a future leader.
And that you're the right leader for their team.
Absolutely. So go in there with confidence, knowing you've got the skills, the knowledge, and the drive to make a real impact.
We believe in you.
Good luck.
Well, that wraps up another deep dive into the world of radiation protection officers. Hopefully you found this helpful as you gear up for those interviews.
Remember, it's a competitive field, but with the right prep and a dash of passion, you can definitely stand out from the crowd.
And don't forget those RoleCatcher resources. They can give you that extra edge you need.
Totally. The career guides, interview guides, AI feedback, it's all there to help you succeed.
So keep learning, keep growing, and keep aiming for those goals.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into a fascinating career.
Until then, best of luck out there.